You know, every free day I've had since the last video I made almost 4 years ago now, I've thought about coming back and making more videos. I thought about what I like to talk about in this first, welcome back video. Uh, a lot, actually. I must have erased this exact third sentence of this script for the last few months now, let alone how many times I've tried to brainstorm this on my phone or like in a notebook or on a piece of scrap paper just to throw it all away and start over the next day because I get caught up in trying to make it as best as I can rather than putting something out there myself and then just working from there, going and getting better. The most important step for me is to get stuff out there. Right here in my script. By the way, I am using a script. I'm allowing myself to ad lib a little bit. I've since it has been a while that I've used recording software and trying to be fancy with controlling all the audio sources for all these moving parts to get it going. I wanted to involve my camera too and like capture me, but I had some issues with the lighting plus the green screen chroma key. It was making me look like a ghost, and while I know it's fixable, I'm kind of in a constraint for time. I still got some other things to do for the end of the day, so I am cutting. I'm cutting that out of the video for now, but I'll definitely get it going soon. All right, back to the script. I do have a goal this year with regards to coming back and making videos and whatnot. And something that would sit on the foundation of my motivation to like boot up the computer and start recording is beating a game at least once a month, because I've kind of, in typical, getting older fashion, build up a backlog of games and kind of never get to them, and then they just keep piling up. I don't want that anymore. I need to clear some of that shit up. So the idea is to, at the very minimum, each month I would like to get through one game so that at the end of the year I have beaten a dozen games. It's the classic build a backlog and never complete them challenge. Why is that cutting off? I can't read my script. That's alright. Well, this is going to be a one take even though there is a script here. Nope, I said that already. Aha. Alright. Okay, there we go. Got the font fixed. I did kind of start off the new year with beating a game. I beat Metaphor earlier this year. Actually, I think the second or third day of the year. But I've been playing it since like post Thanksgiving, and it was just to myself. So you guys don't really get to see that. So while I'm gonna count that for me because it is on the date of 2025, it won't be part of the 12. And ideally, at the end of the year, I'll probably quickly review all the games and just kind of talk about more or less each one. So with that in mind, I need to have a process to consistently and systematically like get on, play those games, record them, and post them. And to do that, I'm going to start streaming as well. I'm gonna aim for 4 to 5 times a week. The problem that I've struggled with in the past, I mean, even now I kind of struggle with this. when you're a working man, you just go to work and then you're exhausted when you get home. So it's so easy to want to veg out and not do anything. That's a very status quo comfort zone, you know? Like you've been busy doing things you don't enjoy throughout the day. Now you're finally home and you feel like you have more work to do. But I can't really look at it that way anymore. It will be work, but it's work of stuff I want to do, right? So the tentative schedule for it, and it'll start tomorrow actually. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch and YouTube from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. EST on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, all in that same time slot. Maybe I will take away one of those days, depending on if it's a little bit too much on my plate for now. But ideally, I'd like to hit those days because Sunday, like today, is a day off for me, which gives me a lot of time to sort of wrangle in what I want to do, brainstorm, write a script or two, and get the ball moving for the rest of the week. So I think I'd like to, at least for now, while I'm getting better at optimizing, utilizing that time for stream and video purposes, I would give that off for me for that. Same thing goes for Tuesday. It's also my day off. But I'd like to include it in that streaming day just for the consistency's sake. Monday through Wednesday is a nice like 3-day block where you can sort of expect there to be something there, you know? Maybe I'll take it away just because it falls within that day off time frame. As for what I'll be streaming, it won't be like the videos that I was making last time where it's just kind of mostly ARAM dumps and like silly little like side things like whatever quizzes and what I do. I think I did a personality test thing. And then there was also the 14 job role notes for Endwalker, I think, expansion. That won't be on the table for now. Again, the main idea for me is to focus on getting those 12 games done by the end of the year, just to help clear out that backlog. But for each stream, I'll probably just always start with, I guess, what I do when I normally get home and I'm going to play games, which is going to be, you know, gacha responsibilities. You know, you go home from working the job that pays the bills to go home and, you know, work the game job that doesn't pay the bills. So for now, that'll just be Genshin. It's my main chores game, even though I still really enjoy it, regardless of how sleep it could be from time to time. You gotta log in daily, get your rewards. You know how it goes. I'm also playing Nikkei again. I stopped playing for like almost 2 years, and coming back to just kind of have something to click through. I probably won't play that on stream, if I'm being honest. At most, I'll maybe do like the polls when a new banner comes out, because everyone likes to watch polls. But yeah, that's in the gacha lineup. So I'll probably start every stream with Genshin. And then ideally, I'd either hop into like some sort of side activity of games that I'm like currently playing, which I'll get into in a sec. But it'll also be like right after my in-game chores, I'll do the game that we're playing at the time. For tomorrow, we're gonna be playing Stray. We got that's I'm choosing the first game just to kind of get it out of the way. But ideally, I'd like to have like some sort of RNG selection system. So, in a way, if I don't have a certain affinity towards the game, I'll just have like a selection of games off of a list that are applicable for the 12 games, and whatever gets picked, we run with it, you know? So those other games that I mentioned earlier, things that are sort of like on my repertoire for now, I'll just speak briefly on them because there's chances that those games will come up and fill up the content for the days of the streams. So besides Genshin, which outside of like patch cycles or like when patches come out and there's content to do, slog through in that game. I may play some Mahjong Soul. I've been playing Mahjong earlier last year. I learned how to play so I could play with some of the boys in Discord and just learn something new. Right now I'm in gold rank and I'd like to hit platinum / masters in the game, but I don't really play that often because it's kind of a time-consuming type of game where you have to be like in the mood for it, for me at least. But that's a potential for maybe I'll stick a game or two in there so you can just kind of chill and watch how a person who refuses to read the book one of Riichi Mahjong PDF traverses the ranks. I've been playing PoE 2 a lot since it recently hit early access, so I might play that as well, especially with like a new patch upon the horizon where they're going to more or less keep changing the game while it's getting ready to be ready for what do you call it? To be ready for release. You can tell I have my script open, but I'm like ad-libbing at the same time. That's why there's these pauses, which is cool. I'm running with it for what it is because your boy's got to go do laundry right after this. I'm gonna go back to the script now too, because there's actually good chunks of things that I wrote here that I would like to make sure it gets said, and I can get out of here again. I play about 100 hours of PoE 2, mostly like campaign runs with the witch, sorceress, and the rangers, like 3 classes in the game. I haven't pushed into the end game activity too much, which is like a overworld mapping system where you run through like different areas of rising difficulty and like, get better gear so that you can prepare your character for like the harder bosses and activities at the end game. My interest dies down a bit by the time I get there, which is why usually when I get to the mapping point, I end up re-rolling a new character. It's mostly because my desire to continue building that character is a little overwhelming from the lack of knowledge I've got from PoE 2 because I didn't play the first one that much. And of course, if you know, lack of knowledge, you should probably just play more. But there's no real easy way of learning the intricacies of the game. It's pretty deep, I would say. And again, the game's in early access, so it doesn't really have systems in place to teach about these mechanics. However, I with time will get to like hitting each of those like different systems that I may or may not understand, or like playing the game over and over more to get myself more acquainted with like the skill gems and the support gems, and understanding item stat weights to better give me a grasp of my character. Also net decking. I'm just sort of grabbing guides from people that are much more knowledgeable of the game and just following what they would do leveling up pound for pound. It's helped initially, like in these last few weeks of just going from 0 to maybe like 0.5% of knowledge regarding the game. But I probably would find a lot more enjoyment if I eventually got to the point where I could create a character build of my own, so that it was fruits of my labor kind of thing, like something that I concocted and I can watch it spring into action and see if it works or not. Instead of living somebody's idea, I'd be living my idea. There is another game. I don't know if I will play it or not, but Diablo 3 has a new season coming out this Friday, which was supposed to be this last Friday, but they pushed it back a week. Oh, sounds like the music fell off. Hold on one sec. I forgot to hit the replay button on it. Yeah, so the new Diablo season starting off this upcoming Friday. And while I can agree that the game is shallow from an ARPG perspective, there's like a level of nostalgia and simplicity to the gameplay that I enjoy from time to time, and it always makes me come back, even though I play for maybe like 3 to 4 days tops and get bored and move on. Those 3 to 4 days are pretty nice, especially cooling down after a shitty day at work, There's a possibility that I end up playing outside of streaming hours for that type of stuff, because it's something I like to binge, which is making me question whether or not I would even stream it in the first place. I would just have to be a mature person and not play it for the 4 hours. But at the same time, those 4-hour blocks that I'm making now to stream is like my free time out of work. So if I don't do it during that time, there's literally no time to play it unless I play it during my off days on Sunday and Tuesday. And I don't know if I'm that strong of a soldier, you know what I mean? The nice thing though is that it's a quick binge, so you kind of get it out of your system, and then we can move on to like the games that we need to clear for the day. There's also a chance I could be playing fighting games. I won't lie, I shy away from the thought of playing them because I haven't found the balance of getting my ass beat to the enjoyment ratio of getting better. As a part of the wholesome movement to work on projects that spark joy, tell I'm reading right from the script now because I'm running out of time, I do want to get better at them in general. And the only real way to do that is to play them, obviously. And if I'm utilizing those 4-hour blocks that I have after work to play games, that would be a considerate forcing way of making sure that I get that type of objective done. So there could be days where I potentially do a couple of ranked matches of a game I'm eyeing. Current landscape for that is probably like Grand Blue's upcoming season 2. And mostly I like to play and get better at the game because I got a few buds that like the game, and I think playing fighting games with friends is a lot more exciting and enjoyable than playing by myself. So I'd like to get better in that aspect. There are other games here. I wrote like little quick notes about stuff like Uni 2 and Strive, but I'm not really going to mention that because it's not that important, and they're kind of ranty. Just complaining about Arc System Works and how their power system's a fucking joke. Anyways, odds are you may or might not see fighting games. I think you'll probably see them once I get more comfortable with this. But if I do ranked stuff, it'll just be more or less like a simple record and upload / stream, or like watching people play the character that I'm playing, and like, I don't know, just reacting to stuff. I think there's already a lot on my plate of explaining before executing. So I'll kind of end cap it here with how the streaming stuff will tie with the YouTube videos. And I would say overall the videos will be sporadic until I get a consistency first with the streaming. Kind of want to push that off into like a peripheral mindset where I'm not actively trying to worry about getting that stuff out there. More so that it becomes habit. And then instead of worrying about the streaming, I can just worry about the videos. I do have a few ideas for videos that are not like purely the streaming content, but again, that'll come with time. I don't want to put too much in front of me right now. At the end of the day, I'm typical working person, tired from looking at bad computer screen at work, and I like to look at the good computer screen at home, and we'll work from there. Assuming again that I get all my stuff together today, first stream will be tomorrow after work at 7 p.m. EST on both Twitch and YouTube. This is the first script for a video I'm making, and okay, I'm wrapping it up here, I see. And about 90 minutes ago, I was sitting and wondering if I'd do this, or once again pick up the good old procrastination and push this off for another day. But we conquered the demons today for step one. Damn. I did get some B-roll, so the rest of the day I got to get some B-roll. It's such a hodgepodge of how I went about this, man. I know definitely I can do this shit better, but we're running with it. It is what it is. It's Sunday, so I gotta get those chores that I was talking about done. And it's 6 p.m. my time, so I am definitely running out of day. I'm excited to get back into all this stuff. I am looking forward to hopefully getting good momentum and keeping the discipline of making these videos. And hopefully it's something that, I get more comfortable with, and you guys will get to vibe and enjoy just hanging around too, if you're there. Thank you for watching. What's up, man? Thank you for watching. Be kind to yourself, and I'll see you in the next one. All right.